Welcome to Coach How Could I with Mr. Aalok Gupta. With 30 years of leading and coaching in the corporate world, Aalok leverages his extensive HR and business experience in order to solve business problems with people's solutions. Coach, how could I measure the effectiveness of our sales efforts?
Yeah. Uh, this is a very interesting question in terms of effectiveness of your sales efforts. Now, again, there are multiple ways to kind of put in efforts towards sales. And clearly, I always look at two things when it comes to sales, people development, coaching, efforts and results. Now, you normally have three type of characters in your team. You will have somebody which puts in a lot of effort and they have low results. Then you have people which put in less effort but have very high results. And then you have people who kind of put in a lot of effort and get good results. So again, these are three kind of characters over there. But then at the end of the day, you need to quantify. So how do you quantify the effectiveness? How do you kind of put in KPIs? So there are three things I normally look at when it comes to sales effectiveness. Number one, leads. Now, yes, you can use marketing to help them. Yes, you can use database scholars to help them. But at the end of the day, they need to find quality leads. And some of those quality leads would come through their own personal network. So what is the number of leads this person generating? That's the first measurement of the effectiveness. The second measurement of the effectiveness would be the pipeline health. Because if you think about high value sales, high ticket items, it is all about the pipeline. And let me give you an example. So if you think about IBM, when they kind of close a consulting assignment or an enterprise ERP, that could be million or multi-million dollars. And sometimes those multi-million dollar assignment may take a year, a couple of years to close. So that could be a long gestation period. Now, if you're sitting on just one or two clients, you're going to be sitting all year. That is not realistic. So what you need is a healthy pipeline. And the formula is very simple. If you have 100 deals in your pipeline, 10 will close. But if you have 10 deals in the pipeline, you may be lucky one will close. So keep a healthy pipeline. So number three, I want to talk about is ultimately revenue. And this one, I don't need to elaborate, right? Eventually, how much money you're making, how much dollars coming into the bank, that is going to be the definition of how effective you are. So broadly, three things to measure. Number one, leads, pipeline, and results.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And if I may follow up, when it comes about CEO coaching and the investors, are they looking also at the same measurements?
Well, short answer, yes. Long answer, they look at numbers. Now, obviously, they will look at numbers with different lenses. So they will start with the overall profitability, and then they will start going deeper how you are hitting those profitability. Now, obviously, you look at past performance as one measurement in terms of investing, how healthy your company is. But then, if you don't have very good numbers in the past or in this year, then they look at the future projection. Now, you need to have a science towards how did you arrive to that. Now, if your pipeline is looking empty, then clearly you're not going to close much. If you didn't close much in 5 years, how are you going to suddenly in 5 days close for the next 5 years? So you can't just put a projection without a pipeline. So that is clearly very important, especially when you're dealing with high value transactions. So every consulting company, so if you think about recently I had a client who was acquired by Deloitte Consulting. Now, this client was into data analytics. Now, when Deloitte was acquiring them, they did a proper due diligence on the numbers they made in the past, but also looked at their pipeline for the future. So the long answer is yes, they look at numbers, but they look at numbers which comes from the past, and also the pipeline will define what you will make in the future. Does that help, Carlos?
Completely. Leads, pipeline, results. Thank you very much, Coach.